Hello? Yeah. I'm the last speaker, so that's the good news. Deepak also insisted that I should not have any PPT to be shown, which is again good news for all the audiences. So I instantly decided to work on my backup, which is a skill set which I developed during my engineering days. So you can understand, all of us have done this somewhere. So, but jokes apart, I never did any copying. I never used chits. That's where I missed my first division marks by a couple of points. So I'm going to do a quick 5 to 7 minutes kind of a wind up, talk about Allied Telesis. Allied Telesis is a 1987 established networking vendor. I think all the big vendors in the networking domain have spoken a lot about how the entire demography of networks have changed. I'm not going to get into too much of technical depths, but if you look at I'm going to talk about few customers to give you a little purview. The way Allied Telesis has structured its business, there are 4 vertical segments which we focus across the globe. We are a Japanese vendor, so we have our own manufacturing facilities today. In the last 3 years, customers have been struggling to get their network equipments. We are talking about vis-a-vis some of our competitors who talk about a year or 8 months kind of lead times. We talk about a maximum lead time of 3 months, right? And that's primarily because we control the entire chain from R&D till the last mile of manufacturing is in-house. We have sprawling factories across the globe, right? Couple of names: Sriharikota, the satellite launch pad in India. Last 14 years, they have been, their entire backbone, network backbone runs on Allied Telesis. So if you look at government, the defense research page, we do phenomenally well. PXC, Chandipur, LPSC, Nuclear Fuel Corporation. We've got tons of customers there. The other 3 verticals that we focus globally and in India, where we have built good amount of success, and while we might not be the largest in the industry, we've got close to $100 million active base of customers in the country, right? Education is one more space where we have done very well. We've got University of Hyderabad kind of customers, where we've got the entire gamut of network infrastructure there. You know? Manufacturing, a happening space for Allied Telesis. In India, we've got MRFs, we've got multiple customers there. I think the relevance of IoT becomes very, very prevalent in the manufacturing domain, again in the education domain. And in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to, while I don't have any slides to present, I'm going to talk a little bit in terms of where do we stand in terms of the technology, right? So we, Allied Telesis, way back, almost a decade back, talked about something called autonomous management framework, right? Now, today, networks have become extremely complex, right? We've got 7 metro rail projects in India which are completely powered by Allied Telesis. Now, each of these networks take care of 12 different IP applications. All these IP applications collapse on our backbone, right? We have upwards of 15 smart cities and safe cities. The first successfully deployed smart city, or I would say safe city, the Kolkata city surveillance was done by Allied Telesis. We were the back-end IP infrastructure vendor, right? We've got a very strong channel policy. We are selective. We might not have hundreds of partners in the country, but we again take a lot of pride. Partners who have worked with us 12 years, 14 years back, they've grown with us. They've seen the way we bring in value when we build a business with them together. You know? Of course, bottom lines are, without saying, one of the best, I would say, when partners work with us in a proactive manner, right? From a network infrastructure perspective, we talk about the end-to-end portion. We are very strong in the wired network. We have very innovative IPs which we hold on the wireless technology. And autonomous management framework is basically a software-defined AI built-in network wherein you are able to do the entire control from the same GUI, right? So when we talk about wired, wireless, SD-WAN solutions, we've got a very strong portfolio of cybersecurity vendors that we have built. Now the advantage, I've seen and I interacted with a couple of partners here who are doing a lot of cybersecurity solutions for their customers, right? We are the only vendor who talks about integrated solution with 30 plus cybersecurity international vendors, Palo Alto and a couple of others, Sophos, Barracuda. WatchGuard, to name a few. What it does or what it brings to table for a system integrator or a customer is you have a single, very granular single dashboard with which you can control your entire wired, wireless, SD-WAN and the security, the cyber security solution, to the extent of pushing policies, changing configurations. So we truly talk about a software-defined network and built with a lot of AI in it, where the human intervention, which is one of the major areas when we talk about networks, there are a lot of failure points there. We take a real, we really talk about the least amount of human intervention from an IP backbone point of view. From my last point, from a channel perspective, I think we've got a very well-oiled channel policy, again in the lines of some of our bigger competitors. We are a little selective. We have fantastic certification programs in place. In India, we've been there almost for 12 years. I would love to build more partnerships, quality partnerships. What I can talk or assure from Telesis' point of view is we are a solid vendor to align with, a Japanese vendor who brings in true value, and we believe in long-term relationships, right? So if you're a security vendor, want to build up your network portfolio, we are the right guys. We invest time. We invest in building knowledge base in your organization so that you are able to take a very strong consultative approach with your customers. With that, I want to end. I know all of you are exhausted with a lot of PPTs. I'm available here if anybody wants to interface with me. I'll be really pleased to meet you all. Thank you.